All right, Political Buzz, your rapid-fire look at the best political topics of the day. 3 questions, 30 seconds on the clock, and playing today, CNN contributor Maria Cardona, SiriusXM talk show host and funny guy Pete Dominick, and Professor Chris Metzler of Georgetown University. First question, guys. Christine O'Donnell, the former Senate candidate from Delaware, you know her. She endorsed Mitt Romney for president. Good thing for Romney or not? Maria?
I think it's a great thing for Romney, Kira. We know that he's had trouble with the conservative vote, and Christine O'Donnell's endorsement is going to really help him shore up the all-important conservative Tea Party Wiccan vote. We know those are the ones who actually decide this election, Kira, and he clearly convinced Christine O'Donnell that he would be a good witch and not a bad witch if he were to win for president. So good for him. Chris?
No, I really think it's irrelevant. So we have someone who can't spell. We have someone what's her name again? I think probably the more important news would be whether or not Pete and Maria right now, right here, will commit to endorsing Romney. I think that would make a huge difference. So I'm waiting for that endorsement. So Pete and Maria, come on, guys.
You really want my endorsement, Chris?
Go ahead, Pete.
Well, for Romney, yes.
Sadly, I actually believe people would care more about what Maria and I think than Christine O'Donnell. And I'll take over from there, because this endorsement is, Chris is absolutely right, totally irrelevant, I think. I mean, but can you imagine, maybe she's making a run for VP, Kira. Can you imagine a moderate Republican chooses a social conservative, fairly unvetted, fairly attractive female to run in the VP ticket, get all those female evangelical right votes? Oh, wait, I was just having a bit of a flashback to 2008.
Boy, I'd love to see Pete on a date with her. All right, the New Yorker runs 40 nice things about Newt Gingrich, and it asked readers for their input. So here's a look at just a few of the cleaner ones, shall we say. He's taller than James Madison. He's never divorced me. He's the one to get Obama reelected. Okay, guys, add one nice comment about Newt to the list. Chris?
Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Because who thought at this point in the race we would be talking about Newt as the front runner? You know, what I would have to say is that for those folks who have actually been saying for Newt, you know, we'd like to run against Newt, I have 2 words for you. Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan. How'd that end up for you? So keep that's Newt. Never underestimate him.
Maria?
I was actually very impressed and happy to hear when I heard the news that he's a very avid zoo visitor, and he likes aquariums too. So in all seriousness, I think that is a huge positive for him. I never would have thought that somebody like him, because zoos, aquariums, that's sort of warm and fuzzy. That, and he actually looks like the Burl Ives snowman. So during Christmas, I think that's a great thing for him.
Oh my gosh. Pete, you should see Pete's face right now.
I can only give you one thing. I mean, I'm a comedian and a writer. I got 15, so just buzz me here. I'll tell you one. Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich has he's got a great head of hair. I'm going to read them. He's written 4 times as many books as Dan Brown, but they're less factual. He's made an honest woman out of both of his mistresses. He's the only thing that Chuck Norris fears. The only thing Chuck Norris fears, Newt Gingrich as president. And he's not Herman Cain.
Jeez. Woo, Pete. Wow.
Come on, that was...
No, that was pretty stellar, I have to admit.
That was great.
For funny guy Pete Dominick. All right, buzzer beater, 20 seconds each, guys. Time Magazine, as you know, named the protester its Person of the Year for 2012. So in a big political year, who's your Person of the Year? Maria?
Well, I think I have 2. The first one is SEAL Team 6, but I understand that the person who headed that was one of the runners-up. But I think I would also say, because the Protester of the Year was Person of the Year, that it should go to actually Mohamed Bouazi, who was the Tunisian street vendor who lit himself on fire and actually lit the match for the Arab Spring.
Chris?
I'm actually going to go overseas and go with Angela Merkel. because I think, in fact, she's doing an excellent job trying to save the euro and thus the U.S. currency. So I'm going to go with Merkel. And no, Pete, she does not have to be American. I would, of course, go with Margaret Thatcher, who's always my default position.
Why do you hate the French so much? No Sarkozy? I think Bobby Ghosh and Time Magazine made a great choice with the protester. Maria just said it first about the guy in Tunisia who started this all, but then Egypt, and then the rest of North Africa. And look at what happened in America, first in Wisconsin, then Ohio, and then the Occupy movement. So it's a great choice of protester. But I would also say, for Person of the Year, Grover Norquist, who has really held the budget, frankly, hostage.
Always a pleasure, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Kira.